Hey, this is Colton Dixon, and you're listening to Dispatch Radio.
All right, with us now is Trevor McNevan from TFK. We're going to get an update on Winter Jam and how the tour is going, and talk to him just a little bit. Trevor, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good, my man. Good to talk to you, Brendan.
Staying warm?
I can't say that. It has been a very cold tour, but a very great one, man, to be a part of.
A lot of snow for sure. So, tell us a little bit about Winter Jam and how things have been going.
Man, this tour has been awesome. This is actually the first time we've ever been a part of Winter Jam, and overall, it's musically there's definitely something for everyone. It's kind of well put together that way, and it's definitely a variety tour. But it's a special tour, man. I have to say, we've been doing this a long time, and I've never been on a tour just like this. There's 144 of us out here, kind of just in like this family community convoy, and it's awesome, and everybody's really an extension of the same passion and the same heart, and that's always inspiring and refreshing,
Everything from TFK to Lecrae, there's something for everyone. 10 bands for $10. It's an amazing night, a lot of emotions and that kind of thing. And describe, if you would, a little bit of your thoughts on the balance between entertainment and worship, because I think that's a very interesting topic for the Christian audience.
Sure, man. I mean, I think I've been talking about this actually, a lot lately. Something that's been on my heart is that, I feel like worship is supposed to be a lifestyle, and not just a moment and not just a genre of music or a part of a church service. I think something that challenged me, I read it in a devotional, not too long ago, and was just, man, worship was designed to be a lifestyle. So I think that's a daily challenge for all of us out here. But when you involve music and you involve performance and entertainment, I think on that level, I think we're all worshiping in what we do. It's your music and your songs are an extension of your heart, and that who you are and your faith bleeds into your songs and everything you do. So I think I know as the kind of hard rock band in this scenario and on this tour, it's people look at the lighter bands, I think, as like more of the worship bands, and we're definitely worshiping on the same level as each other out here. It's just in a different way,
Absolutely, and the really cool thing about the tour, is it reaches out to a lot of families, be able to give them an affordable show they can get to see a lot of bands. I know I spoke to Russ Lee about it, and he was saying, you get to see TFK for $1. You could see Lecrae for $1, 10 bands for $10, and it was really a kind of a cool way to kind of communicate that to folks to realize they get to see a lot of cool stuff, a lot of different things they may not have been exposed to. And you guys bringing the harder sound of the night, I mean, what has been some of the cool reactions that you've heard of people going, man, I never heard you before, ... that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it has been really exciting on that level, and we were excited about this tour. That was one of the reasons that we were really stoked about it, is that, you get this many people, 20, 25,000 people in a room, and every one of us out here, regardless of how, long you've been around or how many records you have, is going to be in front of new faces and getting to connect with new people and just share new experiences on that level. And so, and then you get to share with the people that, support directly what you do and are there to support what you're doing. So it's really, an amazing experience on that level too. We've had a lot of people come up and be like, man, we've heard of you guys but never heard you, or we get a lot of people who've been listening to the band for like a decade but have never seen us live. And so I think it's a cool kind of way to just interact and connect with all of those people. I mean, we're definitely excited to be in front of some new faces that might never really consider this band and kind of might connect with what we're doing at the heart of what we're doing out here. So it's been good for everyone, I think, man.
In contrast to some newer artists that are really on the tour as well, like Derek Minor and Loving the Outcome or something like that, you guys have been performing for years and years. So what's one of the big takeaways or things that you've kind of learned from the tour, maybe from some of the other artists that are on the tour, that, man, this is really cool. I really hadn't really looked at this or thought of it this way.
Well, I think, we've been on some great tours and over the years, but I think what really makes this one unique, man, to be honest, is it's not, I mean, you look at most tours and you look at the lineup, who's playing, and that's great and that's awesome, and we're all blessed to be a part of what God's doing on this, but on a much bigger picture, man, it's very exciting on this tour, for me to see everywhere you look on this tour, man, you see Jesus, you know, and it's so inspiring and refreshing as a tour that way. Like, there's many people, and you know, your heart as a band with your own team is that everyone's an extension of the same heart, you know, and it's so to have this many people that you feel like you're in a family with that have that art extension of the same heart, you know, and just love God and love people, man, and you know, just living life together. You know, we're not perfect. We love them. We're gonna love each other, and we're gonna go. You know, we'll show up, and God, do what you want to do. And so it's exciting, man. In that way, I think it's been a very refreshing experience.
We're talking to Trevor from TFK about Winter Jam, and the one thing I want to touch on real quick is a really cool backdrop to this tour, which you don't usually get, and that is Sunday mornings. Is, you know, they pull everybody together, to give you an opportunity to be a part of what's called, they call Jam Church. Have you been able to enjoy that? Have you been able to lead that? Tell us a little bit about your experience so far with that.
Yeah, man, Jam Church is one of my favorite parts of the weekend, and like you said, it's very unique to have ever been on a tour that had a church service together, you know. So the House of Blues has a gospel brunch thing, but that's the closest thing I've ever even seen to this. So it's exciting, man. All the different bands on the tour take turns kind of playing music and worshiping, you know, leading worship, and then Pastor Bobby, who's just incredible and become everybody's best friend out here, it's either him who speaks or Nick Hall, the speaker on the tour, who's also incredible. And so it's just a blessing, man. It's great to be able to like break bread together and be fed together and have communion together, kind of thing. As artists too, we don't get to. We're all from different places in the world and different churches and different backgrounds. So it just brings everybody that much closer together. And man, last Sunday, speaking of Russ Lee, a new song led worship, and it was insane, man. It was so awesome. They broke out into some just classic Southern gospel and had everybody standing on their chairs and singing, and it was just, man, it was beautiful.
That's fantastic. Fantastic. So if you have your chance to, they give you the clean slate, what's the one song that you're like, oh, we got to play that?
For TFK, or if we were to lead worship?
For leading worship.
Man, that's a good question, brother.
I find it a very fascinating question, because I think what I usually hear, they hear a song that we all sing or we all know, and it helps us really, to me, it roots us and grounds us of how much we're really all connected through music. You know, whenever when I talk to Michael Tate about it, and he got so excited about the question, I guess he started singing a little bit of Nothing But the Blood, and you start to realize, man, we're just all so connected through this, because it all points back to the cross, but then it kind of goes out through this music. So for Trevor, what's the one? I mean, got a clean slate. We're doing worship. What do you want to throw down?
Man, it's going to be a tie between two right now at the moment. I would say either Break Every Chain, which I freaking love that song, or Never Once by Matt Redman. If I had to pick right now, man, those are two that I think are really powerful and
great choices.
Would be a lot of fun to kind of connect with.
Yeah, great choices. Great choices indeed. All right, so we're on this tour. We're going to be touring around the country, February and March. Folks, we're going to link to jantour.com. You'll be able to get your tickets and see when they're in your city. But you got 140, 150 people, 11 semis cruising around. What are you doing in your downtime? Do you write? Are you working on music with the guys, kind of putting together some stuff when you get back off this tour, going on another tour? What's going on?
I've been on the grind, man. Yeah, just every day, all day, writing for our new record out here. So I got a studio set up in the back of the bus, and I kind of just plug and play every day, man. And then come in to eat, come up for air, and head back out. So this usually, man, I enjoy hanging out a little bit more, and I've been trying to still get some of that time with everybody on this one. But we're kind of game time to get our new stuff done, and really, really excited about the new songs and just kind of what God's breathed into this new project with TFK. So pretty focused, man. Very focused out here, and just enjoying all the way around.
Well, it's great to hear. We're going to have a new album to look forward to. Is there a timetable at all when we should know you'll be back in the studio doing some of that?
Yeah, we're going to hit the studio as soon as this tour is done. So this wraps up the end of March. So April, May, June sort of thing, we'll be getting that done, and definitely a new record in 2014 for TFK.
At the end of the year. That's fantastic news. So you've heard it from Trevor McNevan there himself. So got the new album at the end of the year, and some exciting stuff that's been manifesting from his experiences on Winter Jam as well. we look back at your career and all the different albums and songs, and I think the last time we spoke about, some of the songs that are now like, there are hockey games, and yeah, but I turn around all the time, I'm like, hey man, that's a Christian song. Wait, who snuck that in here? It's like I try to make light of the fact that, a band like yours kind of, crosses over so easily and something like that. Do you look back on some of those and you're like, I wonder if this one actually will cross over? You don't really worry about it. You just do your own thing. I mean, what goes through your head as you're piecing things together, or does it not really manifest itself until after the albums are out?
I can't say, it's definitely not something I ever try to overthink, or we try to overthink. I think, starting with Rockfist back in the day, God really opened up some doors with ESPN and professional sports, and so that relationship is really just grown organically over the last, 12, 15 years. And so it's been an incredible thing. We feel honored to be a part of so much of that, yeah, as far as songwriting goes and the songs, I think I love the excitement and the synergy between film and music and between professional sports and music. So that is something that's on my mind as a fan of all of those things, but in the same sense, we our hearts have always been to make music for everyone, and I know God's, a long time ago made it very clear to us that He's called us to be a bridge to two worlds, and so our main thing is just to be honest in who we are, and that's it, man. There's the mission statement, is to be honest in what we feel called to do, and just to love people, man.
That's fantastic. And want to wrap up because you guys, you get a break every week. You get to go home for a couple of days and that kind of thing. And I know everybody likes to, get home to the family, spend, live the real life for a few minutes. What do you do? What do you do during that time to kind of recharge some batteries and keep yourself fresh and motivated and pushing on?
Man, I'm trying to get better at just shutting it down during that time and just enjoying family. I crave and enjoy my family time. I have a brand new baby boy, man. He's actually 9 months old now, and so my wife and I are on that new journey together, which has been so exciting. And so I love and cherish that family time. And I'm usually working on records and songs for other bands and other things, so I'm constantly, through the years trying to juggle that and just kind of make sure that time is there so that doesn't kind of wash into all your off time as well, So it used to just be kind of a work situation, and definitely God's been working on me on just kind of creating more space.
Hey, so baby McNevan will take care of that more than you realize. So it'll be all right.
Exactly.
That's fantastic. Well, folks, let me tell you what, you don't want to miss out on Jam Tour. Winter Jam will be in your towns. You can look at the schedule all through February, all through March. There's 10 bands for $10. It's a base price. There's VIP packages and things like that you can do if you want to get a better seat and that kind of thing. And it's everything, man, from rap music like Derek Minor and Lecrae to these heavy guys, these TFK guys, man. They got everything. So you want to go check it out and get yourself a ticket. And Trevor, I thank you again so much for fitting this into your schedule. Be safe in the snow, my friend. You guys, 11 semis traveling around. We're going to keep praying hard, man. We got to keep you guys safe.
Thanks a lot, brother. We appreciate you first, big time, man. And thanks for your time, man. Thanks for having me, Ryan.
Take care. God bless. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, brother. See you, man.